All right, welcome back to We Play Games. This is Walker. We're playing Victoria 3. We're playing as the United States of America. We're trying to do this achievement. So there's an achievement in game. We need to get 100 stars on our flag. You get stars from your flag from having an incorporated state. What's an incorporated state? It's a state that we've granted statehood to by like the normal statehood process, and we're just going around just liberating the entire universe and making sure that everybody who is liberated into the open arms of the United States, which is going to get really big, that everyone who comes in here is treated well. So we've got some pretty cool laws going on already, and we have a lot of the things set up that would normally attract a whole lot of immigrants, because usually, yeah, there we go. Usually migration is based off of having some pretty good laws in place that make it so that pops who are unsafe. This is what we're experiencing right now. What we're experiencing right now is a mass migration, and people who are unsafe in the world will flee to you. And that's what a mass migration is, right? That's a diaspora community being formed right here in Louisiana. And this diaspora community is going to be built out of Polynesians. And so Polynesians all over the world are going to be drawn to here. And right now, we're still not looking at a particularly huge migration rate, but when we attract, that's simply because of this. Yep, there we go, Oklahoma. That's simply because of the size of the population group in question. If you get targeted by a migration group of anyone in this group, you watch your populations just explode. I want to see how much we can get in terms of migration. We could potentially leave people as unincorporated states for a little while to try to draw in migration, but I don't think that's cool. I don't think that's very based, so we're not going to do that. We'll do some things that may or may not be perfectly 100% the highest strategy ever, but we're gonna try our very best to make sure that we get to that 100 stars, because this is gonna be a long game. Whereas if like on the other hand we were doing a self challenge, not to harp on and on and on about, but if we were to do a self challenge, especially if there was an achievement associated with it, then we could do an achievement hunt for a Kome restoration, and we can do it. I guarantee it. I guarantee you we can do it. And I think you can too. That's how confident I am. I think I can do it, and I think you can do it too. I think that if we just talk about the things that are important in order to do it, you'll understand and you'll be able to do it yourself. Japan's really hard. Do not get me wrong. Japan is really hard. There's a lot of interesting moving things. And so if you face planted a couple of times, do not feel bad. But I think that by understanding the way that the government is the thing that matters at first with Japan and not the industry, because the reason there is several-fold. It's not just that you don't have a particularly effective industry at game start, it's also the laws that you have. So land-based taxation, this is a law that basically asks you to retain a bunch of peasants. If you don't have a bunch of peasants, then land-based taxation loses you money, and that's pretty inarguable. Because you literally tells you that. It literally tells you that. So land-based taxation, it benefits you to not build things, which is bad. That's outrageously bad, right? That's the worst thing that you can do is be advantaged to not build things. We're at 69 weeks left. All right, we can build. We got 40K coming in. We can definitely build more than this. Where else do we want to do? Who has a lot of peasants? Step right up. Whatever state has the highest number of peasants. Is it New York again? Jesus Christ, New York. You're so needy, New York. it's so needy. Fine, sure. Unbelievable. And this is exactly why they get to pretend like they're the most important state in the United States, because they kind of are. Like, all right, California is really cool. I'm so thrilled that they're going to be the fourth largest economy in the world. But this right here, New York City, that is the capital of the world in real life, like the cultural capital of the world. It's where human interchange is the most of the time right now. So if an alien were to invade, they'd probably go there first. So just like if they were paying attention, you know, if they'd done their homework, they would show up there. Just that's my Walker thought for today, is that if aliens were coming to Earth and they wanted to invade or interact with humans in any way, shape, or form, they would go to New York first. So if they wanna restart Men in Black, instead of doing like a big time all over the world crazy thing, just do like a fun beat cop thing that transforms into Men in Black, like organically, because that would be really fun, and I think that would be like a beautiful representation of what we're doing, right? Like just do the first Men in Black movie again, because that one was really good. That's my story to you. The first Men in Black movie was really good. If you haven't watched it, you probably should. That's it. That's the whole story. I'm not gonna let anybody cut any of this. It's no fun if there's editing. Skylar, I want to work with you on something on this channel, but it's not going to be editing. It's too great. We're building more building. You guys like buildings? Because I like buildings. Buildings are pretty good. We have 269 construction now. All right, and our GDP is going up, and our pops are going up, and our SOL is going up. All the numbers are going up. But the only number that I care about, this one is nested inside a tooltip. How dare you? How dare you? Ah, god damn it. The failed expeditions are gonna drive me insane. I cannot handle this. It's crazy. I hate it. Fine. Zachary Fairbanks, get out there. Like, just stop failing, you idiot. I need this done. I need this land. I need somewhere to build things. We've got a year worth of construction queued up. Okay, that's good. What are we looking for? We're looking for a thing to be building out here. Do we need wood? We could use some wood, right? Yeah, we can use some wood. Yeah, who wants a wood economy? Minnesota, you want a wood economy? I remember how Minnesota was like renowned around the world for wood, I guess, is what we're gonna go with in this time frame. In this universe, Minnesota's early economy was built out of wood. Sure, why not? That'll, like, worst case scenario, what that'll do is it'll create like a little bit of a dip actually in the quality of living for the people who are working in wood, but that's okay because it's gonna dramatically increase our money and our ability to continue expanding industries, because there's so many industries that use wood. There's so many industries that use wood, and that's the game. That's the game. Well, yeah, sure. We'll introduce some cool machines. Machines are pretty neat. Yeah, we could do that, but we would need a lot more lead. If we're gonna do that, we're gonna need a lot more lead. Nope. Right. Do we want? Here's the real question is, and I'm actually not sure, is do we want to have even more industry going on? Because we could have more industry going on if we switched over here. After those motor engines, I guess probably is the answer. Yeah. Because then we can afford that swap without it being terrible. 120 extra artillery. Are we importing this? Because now we have our own trade, our own domestic supply. Sweet. Yeah, we don't need to import artillery anymore. That's gonna save us a lot, actually, that now we have a domestic supply. At the beginning of the game, don't be afraid to import weapons. Like, if that's what you need to do, that's what you need to do. But my recommendation is eventually find your way over to a domestic supply, because there's nothing worse than being forced to participate in something else. We could do some bureaucrats over here. That would strengthen the intelligentsia. But we are trying to do public publicly traded, right? Because we are trying to do, what are we trying to do? We had a little thing. Isn't there a journal entry for this? I thought there was a journal. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, publicly traded cash reserves equal to 50%. I don't know if we're gonna get there. We're gonna try. We are gonna try. And it's gonna require that we build some more coal, probably. Usually it's not a bad idea to build more resource extraction. That's something that the AI needs to understand. They should be doing more resource extraction by a long shot. Like if you, and that's partly I think because there's not a big enough demand internally for things, and they are like afraid to start developing a resource. But this is something that I'm going to talk about on the episode that I'm going to film tomorrow for the Vicky 3 Academy. I think that if they just used prestige more, that the AI would behave better and would do the things they want it to do more. Because if an AI identifies, hey, there's an open use for coal, I could if I built all of my coal mines up, I would be able to be the world leader in coal. And if we did that, it wouldn't be that expensive either, because all of this coal is certain to attract trade people, because everybody wants coal. Coal's really good. Coal's really, really good in this game. And so if you know you can build up coal, just go ahead and build up coal. I think I'm going to build up a little bit of lead over here too, because I suspect we're going to want it. But the AI should also know that. Like, if the AI doesn't understand that just like building coal is going to be useful for you productively, then it's gonna throw money at the wrong stuff because it doesn't know how to play. And they've tried to do a role-playing thing. And I don't mean it doesn't know how to play like diplomatically. I think the interventions were very fun. I was very happy to have to fight against Russia for Mexico. That was really dramatic, and that was a lot of fun. And now we're rank 2. Now we're rank 2. We are way behind France. But I think we will get there once we start experiencing this. Once we start experiencing infinite waves of migrants, which we will, I think we will surpass France. Do you remember that at one point in time, France nearly conquered everything? They nearly conquered the world. That was not that long ago, and now here they are. They're just doing it again. They're doing it again, and that's exactly why I think France, steal EIC, conquer world. Someone's got to be able to do that by like 1860, maybe 1870, like somewhere in that range. Because once you do that, once you do take EIC and then annex subject EIC, you can't lose. You can't lose. It's impossible. You have infinite everything once you hit that point. And if you can't start ignoring infamy when you have infinite and everything, there's got to be a problem somewhere. I'd love to be at infinite anything, but I don't think that we could build a little bit more construction. It's never wrong to have a tiny stockpile of money. Especially considering we're gonna go to war. I'll hold. We're gonna want this gold reserve to build up, hopefully to 1 million or so, because we're gonna be at war with Mexico by the end of this episode. I promise. We're gonna be at war with them for something. Whether or not it's the ability to fully puppet them, I don't know, because I don't know how much infamy they're gonna give us. I don't particularly feel like fighting a bunch of cut down to size wars in a row. That sounds pretty boring. That sounds like low quality content. We could do it. Like, we could fight them and win. I feel pretty confident about that, because now we have ironclads and we just need to turn them on, and we have infinite steel. So we could just have we could take all of the metal of the earth and transform it into ships and lay low the old empires of Europe with our navy, and ignore them with impunity. Everyone looks around. Did we just like, maybe this is it. Maybe it's 1856, and the United States of America just looked around and said, "Wait a second, who amongst you? We've defeated Russia, which, admittedly, not the greatest power in the world, but it's number 3. But we have defeated Russia, and now we've discovered the technology for ironclads. Who amongst you dares defy us? Let's do it. Let's go. Let's get a big metal navy and then declare war on the world." I think we can win. All right, let's go. Let's go. It's 1856. Let's see how far we can push a war before we explode. Maryland, District of Columbia, New York, Massachusetts. All right. Let's see. We've how many peasants? 0 peasants. 0 peasants in the District of Columbia. Well, that makes sense, I guess. Massachusetts, you have a bonus or something, don't you? I think you do. Naval base level is maxed out at a higher level. 40. You could do a much bigger naval base in Massachusetts, actually. Yeah, let's start building up our navy. Let's build up our navy. Let's build up our shipyards. Let's build up our steel. Let's use the resources from the interior to make this expansion as inexpensive as possible. And then we will see. We will see what we can do about the old powers of Europe, because here we are, we're building at 269 a turn. I mean, that's a lot. That's a lot. That's not nothing. And we can probably get it higher if we really want to. We could alternatively just increase the standard of living. That might be the cheaper thing to do, honestly. But we'll see. Latvian people are coming to Louisiana. All right, Louisiana, you keep getting waves of migration. How many? Almost nobody. We got like, what, 18K? Okay, we got 18K. That's not nothing, actually. But we're just rolling the dice out here. We're just saying, hey, anybody remember that one time that we were like, maybe we can get a bunch of larger ethnic groups to migrate to the United States? It's non-random. It's caused by chaos in that area. And look what just happened, everyone. Is there gonna be a Russia-China war? No. What is going on here with this border? Why is it? There is a Russia-China war, but with 1 unit? Who? Excuse me, what is happening? They are fighting a open Japanese treaty port war against the Shogun and Qing. Okay, well, that's what's happening over there. But I don't know what's going on with Russia. Their AI seems to have lost its mind. Oh, is it possible it's because are they also involved over here? No, I don't think so. Nope, they're not. All right, I don't know what's going on with Russia. I apologize. They've lost their mind somehow. But they should have more troops than 2. They should have a lot more troops than 2, and they should be able to push into Qing. And if they can, then we're gonna absorb enormous waves of people, because devastation is caused by battles in areas, and as the devastation goes up, the more people will feel unsafe in those provinces and states, and they'll leave. And if they don't feel safe in here, maybe if we build up a multicultural country with some pretty good institutions and some nice laws and some public health care. Can we get to public health care? The evangelicals are no longer in favor of public health care because we compromised and we gave it to them instead. That's kind of rough. How much investment pool do we have? None. We have 0 investment pool. Why don't we have an investment pool? Why don't we have an investment pool? Because that's supposed to be coming from interventionism, I think. Or are we just immediately spending it? We're immediately spending it. Okay, that's why we're running a whole bunch of mutual funds, by the way, is that the mutual funds just dramatically increase the amount of investment pool that we have. So that comes from having profitable buildings. And that profitable building is going to make it so that there are pops that have excess cash. And that excess cash is going to be offered back to you, depending on the laws, in the form of investment pool. And that means that we're getting 37K in investment pool right back from the population themselves, which means that instead of running at negative 12K for balance, we're at positive 25K. We're able to build with our citizens' own money. That's exactly how Great Britain, how the United Kingdom financed itself at this point, is that they had enough obvious opportunity for growth that they could convince their pops to do it. So we've now established. Upper Canada is over there. Does that cancel the Oregon dispute? No. Jeezy Pete's. I cannot believe how slow that is. This is ridiculous. Ironclads, though, we can get. Oh, the Socialist Party of America won. 1856. Socialist Party of America, President Hector Isabel, a Yankee Protestant, Republican, has been elected as president. It's 1856, and we have a socialist president. Bernie Sanders is here. What happens if we bring intelligentsia over? Our legitimacy is the only thing I care about right now. Oh no, we do need intelligentsia actually, because we wanna get this. That's what we want to get. That's right. Duh. We're trying to do migration attraction here, right? What can we do to get the intelligentsia happy? Low government wages. Low government wages. Low government wages. Well, we can fix that. We can fix that. I promise we can fix that. We have the resources. We can pay the people who work for us a living wage. We have those resources. We're not going to do an appointed bureaucrats. There's colonial or charity hospitals. Oh, can we do restricted child labor now? Trade unions are in favor of it, and nobody else opposes it, and this is not going to radicalize the industrialists. Let's go. Restricted child labor, 1856. So that's the socialists run on a platform of we are going to abolish child labor, and they win. And in that victory, they declare, yeah, we're going to actually do that, and now they're working on doing it. We have basically no authority, but that's okay because we have reasonable pastime, right? We're in September, that'll be okay. We are, however, going to need more, whatchamacallit, we need more government because we need more bureaucracy, because the institutions of running a government are expensive, and boy, we've got a lot of bureaucrats that we need to hire. And once we get this probably up around 300 or so, we will probably build a skyscraper in New York, and we'll do that, and that'll be fun, and it'll be huge. People will be like, wow, that's such a big skyscraper. Holy cow, that's so impressive. 412,000. 412,000. My goodness. All right, well, we're gonna dramatically increase the expenditures of the government, like right about now, Funk Soul Brother. 72. No, not like this. Not like this. Oh man, I was really hoping that I was gonna be able to go here and do Make Puppet, and then we could just annex all of Mexico without having like to have already built up our navy. Fine, we'll do this. We will settle for uniting this, and then how much does it cost to do? Actually, how much does it cost to just do this? Diplo play. Right, we're gonna have a ton of places we can keep an eye on. We are gonna keep an eye on China because we're gonna have a lot of interests in trying to. If anybody wants to gang up on China, this is a statement to all of old Europe. If you guys want to fight, just let me know. Like I promise I'll probably try to figure out if there's a way for us to do it. That's how I'm gonna phrase that. We'll see what we can do, because it's gonna be really good for us if we can invade there. It's gonna help us bring people from there to here, and that's gonna be great, and everyone's gonna be so happy. Everyone's gonna be so happy. Unproductive trade routes, expensive military goods, opium on the. Oh my goodness, expensive government goods still, flippers still. Right, we're building up all these coaling stations, everybody. And we're doing it because we're gonna switch over to steel ships. We're switching over to ironclads. That's why I'm building all this stuff. Because that's the thing. You want to just build a bunch of coal. You're gonna have a low standard of living for everybody if they're not using the coal for something. But we can use the coal for something, and we're gonna use the coal for something good. We're gonna switch over to steamships, and we're gonna do military shipbuilding, and we're gonna have a lot of ironclads. And we're going to use them. We are going to use them. We are going to use those ironclads. And then we are going to use industrial ports? Can we not? Oh, we need gantry cranes for that. Oops. Well, that's going to cause a big issue if we try to do it that way. Where's the other base? We'll go back. We have two shipyards. There are 2 shipyards. The other one is in Maine. Okay. So Maine can switch over. Maine, you're our military headquarters for steamships constructions. Congratulations, Maine. Sometimes you just you have situations like this where all right, I had a plan, it did not work because I forgot something. What can I do to fix it? And in this case, it is sometimes helpful to have these cottage industries. As you grow, you're gonna need to do some cottage industries into these states. You can't expect them to live off of coal forever. They need a diversified economy, or they're gonna have a lot of SOL fluctuations based purely off of the price of one item. But sometimes it's useful. Sometimes it lets you do really good stuff. And in this case, I think it's going to let us do really good stuff. And I think we're probably going to want to build more and more tools. Always be building tools. It's just the way it is. All right, we could fight Mexico. But given that we would end up in a Diplo play where we would gain 75 infamy, I'm not interested in that. We need to begin damaging relations with Deseret. We help them go free, and now we will invite them into the Union, right? Now we're gonna give them the Texas option. Mexico. All right. What could we do? We could conquer state from Colorado. That's 9. That's 9. I don't really want to spend 9 infamy for that. We're at 70. We are at 70. I want to clean up the border though. It bothers me too, chat. It bothers me too. Oh my goodness. I'm so hungry. What have I eaten today? I've eaten a cucumber and I've had some tacos. Oh my god. I'm so hungry. What am I doing for supper tonight? What time is it? How long has this episode been going on? How long have I been asking how long has this episode been going on? That's it. I'm pausing the episode here.